talking about grams in this video, okay, to understand grams when it comes to hair. So the thing is about hair is that hair are being weighed, and sometimes when they say 100 grams, they might mean one bundle, but it's not every one bundle that is 100 grams. The normal way you use for baking, those way in the kitchen, or hair weigh, when you weigh the hair, you know if it's 100 grams or not. So some hairs come with 100 grams. So most times when you hear anything 100 grams, it means it's one bundle. But one bundle can never make a customer's full hair. The customer will always need two, minimum two. If the person wants extra food, the person will need 3. If some people, they even use up to 400 and 500. So some customers, they can send you a particular hair and say, I want this type of hair to look like this. So with your eye and with experience of when you wig 200, how it looks like, you know. When you wig 300, how it looks like. You say, this hair I'm looking at, it looks like 500 or it looks like 400 So, and one thing about gram is the shorter the fuller. So a 10 inches 200 grams can be very full, because let's say, I don't stand up again, but we remember length, Abby. So let's say, see where a 10 inches hair will reach. This is where a 10 inches hair will reach, and this is where 18 inches hair will reach, right? So now a 10 inches hair that you put on the weight is still going to weigh 100 grams, because it will have more volume to get 100 grams. For 18 inches hair, the length itself, because it's now longer, because see where a 10 inches will reach. So all this extra length that 18 inches has to give you this 100 grams, 10 inches we have it in density, like more bundle rolls. That's the meaning of what I mean by density. But 18 inches, because of length, it will weigh more, but that means it will not be as full as what a 10 inches would look like. So that's why the longer the hair is, we are likely to advise them to take more grams. So most people, they always advise people from 22 inches to use 300 grams. Or depending on how the person likes fullness, from 18, they can use 300 grams. But most times from 10, 200 grams can be very, very full, except the person is the type that want to use 300 grams. And they can use 300 grams, because if they use long hair, they will use like 600 grams. You get? So when you see length of gram in hair, know that you are advising the customer to take more than 1 gram, more than 100 grams, or more than one bundle, to take multiple. So except is a case whereby a customer is telling you that I just want to buy 100 grams to add to what I already have in him. So that is how 100 grams plays a role. So I hope you understand that part. So yes, so every texture of hair has grams. Yes, why some, if they are not using 100 grams and they use full head, so there are some bundles that come in full head. What it means by full head is it can be 4 pieces, it can be 6 pieces, it can be 2 pieces. But when they say full head, it means that you can use it for full head. No matter the pieces it comes in, you can use it for full head straight up. So now, having understood grams, and that means when it comes to grams and they put a price, let's say for instance a 10 inches hair and the tell is 35,000 naira. So that means if the person needs 200 grams, the person will be paying 70,000 naira to make a full hair before they add closure and frontal. And the thing is, sometimes when I post hair with grams and I see someone indicating an interest, how to close that sale better, even though I know that it's 100 grams I put, some customers might not know. I'll just be like, how many what length do you want? So when they tell me the length, the thing it helps me to do is to know their budget, because if they can choose that price for 100 grams, that means that that is their budget. So now this is actually a skill in selling I'm teaching under length, because now as an elite member, you need to know when customers are ready to buy. Because for instance, now let's say a customer say I want 10 inches and because it's 35,000, and after that, no, you need 200 grams, so you pay 70,000. The person will say, okay, I'll get back to you. You just lost money there, because what he indicated to me as a seller or as a good salesperson is that this person has 35,000 naira. So what I will do is to go and look for hairs that are full hair that are 35,000 naira and give her that looks like that one, so that I will not lose. Okay, So that is me teaching you sales skills inside knowing when you're talking with your customer. So you not say, I told her what she's supposed to know. Madam, you're a business owner, you came here to sell, or you're a salesperson, you came here to sell. You're not come here to be dishing out information. So all the information they are dishing out should lead to sale. If you remember when I talked about a particular thing, I talked about something recently. What did I talk about before this one? That I said I used to collect money before I now tell you the, what they call the name, the length, because I'm a salesperson. I came to sell, so I will first of all collect money to show that you are serious. Then I'll not tell you, oh, see how this length is. But the positive part is that I'm not going to send you rubbish, or I'm just going to know that you are ready to buy, and I'm not wasting my time to dish out information to you. So yes, even if you collect money because you're a salesperson, make sure your customer will be happy at the end of the day. So it's not just to be communicating all these things to your customer. Communicate it in a way that it will favor you to collect money. Give me the money. So that is how you should learn to communicate these things. So now I'm going to be ending with the very last thing here is basic maintenance tips. So that's for the part 1. And by the end of a week, I hope that I would have finished taking all these methods. So when it comes to basic maintenance tips, when it has to do with a bouncy hair, most times when customers are likely to buy a bouncy hair, they are going to ask you 2 questions. How am I going to maintain it? I hope this bounce will not drop. See, just like when I talked about types of products, bouncy hairs are created from wavy hair, so somehow it's still going to drop. But I don't know, that's not what you should communicate to a customer, because it will discourage them. But you make them to understand that even if it drops, you can always bounce it back. That nothing in this life is everlasting. So that's also a way to communicate it to them, that nothing in this life is everlasting. Okay, but this bounce, it will bounce. This bounce is not the one to easily drop, but you can always bounce it back. Simple things to use for bouncy hairs: serum. Don't use leave-in conditioner on your bouncy hair, because it will make it drop faster. So the things to use for bouncy hair is serum, and you should have a coiler or bending rollers, or even your brush. Once you twist your brush, it will help you bounce the hair. So that's one thing to know. So, and SDD bounce lasts longer. So I think the more the texture of the hair, the likely the bounce is to last. The more the texture of the hair, the likely the bounce is to last. So a single drum bouncy hair will drop faster. And one thing about bouncy hair, that even when hair vendors are bragging and say this hair everlasting bounce, see, there are bounces that maybe it's supposed to last 10 times, and you brush it 8 times. People say yes, it will last. Remaining 2 times, when you don't brush it, to drop. But one short thing about bouncy hair is that it has the tendency to bounce back. So it has the tendency to bounce back once you use a coiler, or once you use a bending rollers. In our hair laundry course, you would get a full dose of that. Okay, so I think for hair literature, there's just a section of it that is free. So we are going to be teaching you how to, like, video of how to style your hair. But if you want us to also style it for you before we send it to you, because in early we are not styling your hair, is that factory give us are giving you. But if you want us to style it for you, you have to pay token. Yeah, you just have to pay a token for us to do that, or you can just receive it and just do it yourself. Then for bob hairs, when it has to do with bob hairs, see, especially human hair, bob hair, bob is not permanent. You need your straightener, you need your hot comb. So there are different ways to use straightener or hot comb to always bob your hair back again, especially if it's not packed well before it got to you. The bob is likely to transform to flip. So you just need to use straightener, and you need to know how to communicate that to customers. So the bob hairs that only stay to meet customer is synthetic hair. Human hair bob hair will flip. It's only synthetic hair, so you just have to retouch it once you just do the bob hair and use your straightener, like bob it. Even hot comb is also a quick way. Like once you bob it like this, you wait for a while, that's the way it can bob. So, and you need heat protectant, you need serum. Those are the basic maintenance. So, but not to make your customer seem like it's a big work and discourage them from buying. Just say, simple, just use your straightener on the tips and it's fine and you're good to go. And if you know you cannot get it, take it to a stylist, because when their car break down, the day is to repair it themselves. I don't know why they feel like they can repair hair to themselves. So they will take it to mechanic and they will pay. So if it not come out well, just take it to a stylist, or you just watch videos and do it yourself. So that is for bob's hair. Then for straight hair too, same thing with what you need for a bob hair. But in this case, you are not bobbing it, you just need to straighten it, you just need brush, you just need serum, and you are good to go. So people are going to also ask for basic maintenance tip for coily hair. So when it comes to coily hair, you just need a spray bottle. You can mix your leave-in conditioner with water in the spray bottle. Spray it not to be damp wet, but to be sufficient enough. So, and one thing about coily hair is that it gets fuller with time. Me, I don't like so excessive full hair, so I don't like to use brush or comb. I use my hand. So when you use your hand, it still maintains that same volume. But if you like your coily hair fuller, use big comb, it will become a bit fuller. If you want it extra full, use brush, it becomes fuller. So you use water first. Put a little bit, not using too much leave-in conditioner to weigh the hair, just a little bit of leave-in conditioner that's going to be sufficient on the hair, on the tips, not to look dried. So that's the way to go about it. Then we have come to the end of part 1. See you in the group.